Today we're going to do a beginner's demonstration on Google Forms. So what you're going to want to do is go to a new tab, and if it's a Chrome, you can just type in Forms, and Google Forms should be the first one to come up. So Google Forms you can use for surveys, you can use for quizzes, you can use for tests, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to click on that, go to Google Forms, and this is going to take me, there are a bunch of different templates you can use, so you can take, you can take a look through that and see what you want. They are really nice for some of the stuff they have already set up, but I'm going to start you off with a blank template for today. So first thing you're going to want to do is name your test, name your form, whatever it is. Let's say this is a social studies test. There you go. My suggestion always, it will collect emails, but especially for students or people whose emails you don't know who it is, first question should always be name. And then you want to make it this, it'll change the type of question it is based on the question you're asking. So you want it to be a short answer. So it changed it for me. And then what it'll allow the student to do is it'll allow the student to put their name in there. And the first question that pops up will be their name. You can change required so that they have to answer this question. Depending on whether or not you're doing a survey, you might not want to make every person answer every question. So that's a nice, easy, short one to start with. And then to make another question, we're just going to click the plus, and it's going to give us another question down here. So let's say, what year was the declaration signed? So what year was the declaration signed? So we have a lot of choices for this. We can do a short answer, make the kids or make whoever it is have to type it in, or we can go through these. So there's multiple choice, check boxes, a drop-down menu. These are mostly for quizzes that you would give. And then if you want to do surveys, you can do a linear scale, like 1 through 5. So how confident did you feel in this test? A multiple choice grid will allow them to choose a lot of different linear scales. And then a check box grid will allow them to make a lot of different options in there. So you can play around with those and see what you prefer. This one for me would be a multiple choice. And then you just go in and put the choices that you want to have in here. So we'll do 1945. And then I just press enter, and that gives me another option, or you can click the add option button right here. 1237, 1776, and 1841. And then I want that required as well. So you can just continue to go through. The choices are kind of up to you based on how you want the student or the person to actually answer the question. Play around with the different types. And then when you're done, in order to send it out to a group of people, you just click the send up here. And then if you want it to be a quiz, you can go in and change it to make this a quiz. And then it kind of locks it so the students can't go back in and change anything. And then you can also put in your correct answers. So if I do make this a quiz, you can put in your correct answers and it will auto correct any multiple choice, linear scale, things like that. The open-ended, you have to correct yourself unless it's like a one-word answer. So if you have a one-word answer, maybe a spelling test, you can put the correct answer in. Other than that, you're going to have to go through and grade some of them yourself. Go ahead and click save on that. And you can see here's the answer key. So you click on that one and then you tell it which is the correct answer and how many points it's worth. Make it worth 1 point, and that's the correct answer. Done. There you go. And you can see it shows up right there. When you are done, you can go to responses, and your responses will all show up here. It gives you a couple of pie charts, all the questions, who answered what, and then you can go through and check each individual student. You can also click on, create spreadsheet, and that's going to generate a really nice spreadsheet that goes horizontally with all the answers to all their questions. So if name is the first question, their name will show up in one column, and then all their answers will show up across the board from there. And you can use that to grade them and collect their responses. So that's Google Forms, basic introduction. It's I think it's pretty user friendly, so just kind of play around with things. It's really nice to send to a colleague first and have them kind of take it and give you some feedback because especially for first timers, it can be you don't want to send your first test out to students or other people and have them be confused on anything. So definitely send it out to somebody first to test it out. But those are the basics. Enjoy.